Okay. Oh, it's like, I feel like we should like make time for sprints. Like I feel like every like only like speak for like 15 minutes because I feel like I'll end up like talking for like ages. So if we aim for a sprint at like quarter past or like 20 past or something, then we'll actually get sprinting at some point.
Yeah, it's very organised. If we name it now, then we know we have to do it.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Chloe.
I'm happy with that.
Hello.
Hi, Chloe.
What do you? Oh yeah, what's everybody reading? Forgot about that.
Do you want to start?
Well, I'm still reading Bleak House. Still trying to get through that. I haven't read in like a week. So yeah.
How's it going so far?
It's long. It's like literally like it's like some bits are really, really good, and then some bits are like I don't know about like law and stuff like that, like characters like in like a law firm or something like that, and I'm just like, this is kind of boring, but overall it's good.
Okay. Well, at least overall it's good. So you do want to carry on with it then?
Yeah, no, I want to carry on with it. I mean, I'm like 480 pages in out of like 700, but like the font is tiny, like actually tiny, like it's a massive book. So yeah. But what are you reading?
I'm actually starting a new one tonight. I'm starting My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies by Frederick Backman. I'm actually buddy reading this with Jazz from Travels at Fiction. I'm starting tonight, even though the bookmark's halfway through. That's a lie. Not at the beginning. But yeah, no, I'm excited to start it. I love Frederick Backman, so yeah, I'm excited to read another one of his.
I've never read it. Bye.
I'm accidentally reading like 3 books at once, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, really?
Like, what are you going to read now?
Well, I'm supposed to be reading Sock Hill Girls, but that's the wrong side. Sock Hill Girls, I accidentally started some thriller last night. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Every Single Lie or something like that. And it got good, so I'll probably just be continuing that.
Nice.
What about you, Elizabeth?
I'm starting a new book tonight as well, and it's called Rage, a Love Story by Julianne Peters. So it's actually a book for my dissertation, and I think it's a female-female relationship about an abusive relationship. So it's not very long, but I don't think it's going to be a fun read.
Yeah. What are you doing your dissertation on?
So I'm doing a master's in children's literature. So I'm doing my dissertation on representations of abusive relationships between teenagers in young adult literature. So not fun, but interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that. Emily, Secrets of Vesuvius?
Yeah, it's like a Roman Mysteries book. I don't know if anyone's ever watched the show, like the CBeebies show when they're like younger. But I did, and I didn't realise they were books, so I've started reading them.
I do recognise the title actually, and I was wondering why I recognised it. Is that why? Was it a TV show? Was it a kids one?
Yeah, it's like CBeebies, like Roman Mysteries.
Yeah, I think I did watch that.
Oh yeah,
I've never heard of that in my life.
I bet you recognise it if you brought up the title sequence and all that stuff.
Yeah, probably. I need to read Avatar like so badly because I just feel so left out. Like I have like major FOMO.
Have you tried to read it or anything like that, or did you just want to one day? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I love Sarah J. Maas. Like I love Throne of Glass, but I just feel like everybody always talks about like ACOTAR now, and then I'm just like the one that's left out, and like I don't know. I just really want to read it. I don't know. Just
definitely give it a go. I definitely give it a go.
Yeah,
I've read. I think I only read up to maybe book 3 or 4 of Throne of Glass, and then kind of stopped there. I did like it, but I loved ACOTAR more.
Ooh,
so
yeah,
I
need to read it. I mean,
yeah, I prefer ACOTAR as well.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I find there's a little bit less beheading going on, so that works a bit more for me.
I think I finished I think I didn't finish the second book. Is it good? I know I hear a lot of people saying it's good, but Okay.
Yes.
If it gets better, maybe I'll continue because I thought the first book was okay-ish, but then I had to return the second one to the library.
Oh, really? No, I love the second one. In fact, I think the second one's my favourite. I mean, they all blend into one a bit because I read them all at the same time. But I think the second one's definitely my favourite.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, nice. You want to read Beartown? That's another book by Frederick Backman. I was raving about it the other night. But has anyone read?
Like, started hearing about him. Like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, started hearing loads, and I'm just like, who is that? Like, I don't know why I haven't heard of this before. Like, it's just like out of nowhere.
He's a Swedish writer, so he's from Sweden, so it's translated literature. And I think his most famous one I'd probably say is A Man Called Ove. And that's going to be a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, is it? Well,
yeah, it's a movie already, but in Swedish. So they made a Swedish movie, and now they're making an American Hollywood movie with Tom Hanks. So definitely get that one started. But Beartown, which Mama Moo's just mentioned, is amazing.
Okay, I need to read these. Like, that sounds so exciting, especially like Tom Hanks is in something. I'm just like, yeah, I need to read that now. Like, that's gonna be good.
Yeah. Before you read them, though, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, if he's in it, like, you kind of know it's going to be good. But I want to read it first, because then, like, that's just...
Yeah, just read the trigger warnings first. When you read any Frederick Backman, read trigger warnings first, because a lot of it, they're quite deep. He's a deep writer, I'd say. So they're quite deep books, so...
Yeah.
Which is typical of Tom Hanks as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that is actually crazy. I really need to read The Assassin's Blade, like... I really want to read it, but I heard that there was like Tower of Dawn spoilers in the Assassin's Blade, so that's why I'm waiting, because I've only read up to Empire of Storms, so I'll read like Tower of Dawn and then read Assassin's Blade, because as far as I know, there's spoilers. But yeah. Hi.
Hey.
I've never read manga. I've never read what do you call it? Like, oh my god, why is my brain just went completely blank? You know, like books with like the pictures and all, and
graphic novels.
Yeah, graphic novels. I've never read a graphic novel or like manga, and I'm just like scared I wouldn't like them. But like, I kind of want to try because it's such a good way to like to add books quickly on to like get through books quickly.
It is good. I mean, the only ones I've ever read are Heartstopper, because I only read them a couple months ago. And they're good. Have you read them before as well?
Yeah, the Heartstopper, all of the comics, they're online for free. Like, legally, the author has them online for free if you ever want to read them.
What's this?
Heartstopper by Alice.
Yeah, I really want to read those because like everybody
does.
I did really like them. I need to read these books clearly because I'm just going to feel so left out.
Well, I definitely recommend.
They are really good.
I want to read them.
My favourite is definitely Beartown. Well, there's two in Beartown. There's Beartown and Us Against You. I always forget what it's called. But the second one's better than the first. But yeah, they're my favourite.
I need to read them. Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I heard there was Tower of Dawn spoilers, but I think people say like one or the other, like either wait until the end or, do you know what I mean? Like people seem to be like kind of either start with Assassin's Blade, but I don't know. I feel like I would like to I feel like because I know that some of the characters that you find out about in Throne of Glass then are like not in Throne of Glass and they're in the Assassin's Blades, but I feel like I would rather kind of know first about them and then it's more exciting whenever you get to read like the kind of like story behind everything, if you know what I mean. Like I think I would rather read that after rather than read like the prequel and then like not really know who any of those people are because you don't really like care about like the background story. That's just my opinion.
I read Assassin's Blade like halfway through. Like I read the first two books in the series and then I read the Assassin's Blade. So I think I probably should have waited till the end because I was a bit like, this is a little bit pointless for me at this point. But it's still pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't know. I feel like I would rather be like have like a connection to the characters first, and then I don't know. Then it would make it more fun, I suppose.
I guess it's like that when with any kind of series, when they write a novella or a prequel, you kind of want to read them in the way that they were written, as in the order they were written, because then you kind of up to date with the right story where you should be, I guess.
Yeah. Just reading this comment, but like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people enjoy manga whenever they're like younger, but like it's just like, or like graphic novels, but it's just like not something that I ever got into, or like I was never bought any manga or like given any like graphic novels as a child, not even that, or even comic books. Like I never read them, so now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it'd be like completely new to me, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
I think it does take a while to get used to, because I only started reading them probably a couple of months ago, but it's weird at first if you're used to just reading novels, but then you get used to it.
Yeah, I was like that with audiobooks as well, because I was just like, I was one of those audiobooks isn't real reading like kind of people. And then I like tried it. I was just like, you know what? I'll just like kind of see what everybody else means about this. And I was just like, oh my God, this is actually amazing. I love it. I literally love audiobooks.
That is it, isn't it? I think I was probably the same years ago, because I've been reading, I think audiobooks are what got me back into reading a couple of years back. And before I was like, I can't read an audiobook, it's not real. But then as soon as you experience, you're like, oh, if you've not done it, you've got no idea. It's definitely reading.
It's just because I mean it's like just the same thing. It's just like having a book, literally like I find it really comforting as well, because it feels like just like somebody's reading the book to me, and I just like, I don't know, it's just like so comforting.
Oh,
like,
for sure, yeah.
I don't know, but like either way, everybody always like will like multitask with audiobooks. I feel like Emily does it like all the time. She'll be like, oh yeah, I've like read loads, or like because I was listening to the audiobook. But like I always end up listening to music, and then I just don't listen to my audiobook like ever, because I'll just be like, oh, I'm in the mood to like listen to music instead, and then I won't like multitask with the audiobooks. Then I won't read as much, because like other people will just like put on their audiobook, and then I don't know.
No, I get you with that. Sometimes I have to stop myself to then listen to music. I'm like, I could listen to music, but no, I need to listen to an audiobook, so I have to physically choose to put it on.
Yeah, I need to start doing that, because I'm like so bad at that. I'm like, oh, I'll do that later. Like I'll listen to music just for now, or just for like 5 minutes, and then I'll put the audiobook on, but then I never do. So yeah, it's not good.
Are you listening to an audiobook at the moment, Emily?
I am, but not for the Roman Mysteries one. I'm reading another one I just found on my library app just to keep me going. I just find it nice if I'm not like sitting down reading, if I'm like cooking or something, that I can still read with an audiobook.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same as you. I listen to it when I'm cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. I've got Pride and Prejudice on the go at the moment.
Ooh, that's so exciting.
It's quite good, actually, except I can't stop laughing at the narrator, because when she does one of the voices, I think it might be Lydia's voice, I can't remember whose voice it is. When she does it, she puts on, obviously, all these different voices, and she sounds like this comedian. I can't remember its name, but have you ever seen the comedian on Instagram who takes the mick out of Keira Knightley?
Oh, is that like the TikTok guy?
Yeah, the TikTok guy.
I love that. I literally love that. It's actually so accurate. Like,
yeah. Anyway, she sounds like him doing Keira Knightley. So when she does Lydia's voice, all I can see is the TikTok guy, and I just laughing to myself.
That's so funny.
But apart from that, it's all right.
Like the narrator for like Bleak House, because I'm like reading it and like listening to the audiobook at the same time. Like he like, because I have it on like 2 times speed, so I can like at least attempt to get through this book like at a decent in a decent amount of time, even though I've been reading it for months, but whatever. But like for like certain voices, there's this like old man in the book, but for like he puts on this like old man voice, but like, reads really fast. So then on 2 times speed, like you just like can't even hear, like it just sounds like him being like and he makes this like screaming sound as well for this like old man, so it's like high-pitched screaming that doesn't really make any sense, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is just like, because he sounds like I don't know, like he's from like the 40s or something. It's just like probably like old time English accent. I'm just like, and him putting on this like, I don't know, this weird old man's high-pitched accent. It's just the weirdest thing ever. I don't know. Yeah, that's just a little story of my audiobook, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's like depends on that's. I mean, that's Assassin's Creed, but yeah, I think it depends just on like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's like a kind of, I don't know. I think it's probably one of those things that like you either love it or like you just kind of don't really like read it at all. Because like I feel like a lot of people like who that like booktubers and stuff that I watch, they'll either like talk like at least have like one graphic novel in like their wrap up, or like they just kind of won't read it at all. Like I've kind of noticed that like people either kind of love it or just kind of don't, like people aren't like kind of in between with it. I don't know. Yeah, same. I love audiobooks. So good. Hello.
Hi, Rachel.
I'm just thinking, okay, at 20 past, if we do like a reading sprint, we can do like a reading sprint. I don't know if you want to do like 20 or 30 minutes.
I'm up for anything, I think. What do you guys think?
I don't mind either way. I'm happy.
Should we go for a big one? Should we go for 30 minutes to start with?
Yeah, I think 30 minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It takes me a bit to get into reading as well. So then if I like do like the 20 minutes one, then as soon as I like actually get into it and like start to like be like invested in it, and then like it's over. So I prefer like doing the ones for half an hour.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
I feel like, oh yeah, Elizabeth's just like kind of disappeared. So I don't know what happened there.
Might be internet issues. She'll
Yeah,
be back, I'm
probably.
sure.
I didn't know that like they were expensive. I just assumed that they were kind of like the same price.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive, especially for something that takes you like maybe 30 minutes to read. I'll only get them from the library because they get so expensive.
Yeah, I didn't know they were more expensive either. I only read the Heartstoppers, and I've got the Heartstoppers from the library too, so I never knew that. But I guess it makes sense because it's artwork. But yeah,
Mhm.
How much are they usually?
I don't know how much it is over there. I know I had to have someone order the Heartstopper comics for me from the UK and send it over to the US because in the US it was like double the price. It was
Really?
cheaper for them to just send it to me. Yeah.
Okay, so if I pre-order Heartstopper, apparently it's £10.
That's not that bad.
And I think it's twice that in the US.
Really?
Yeah, I'll just get it off the website that's
I wonder why.
US
That's
based.
so weird.
That is weird.
I think it's because
It's not usually cheaper in like America though. Like we
well,
have
I think it's because they're not public or they're not printed here, so they come from the UK
Okay.
anyways.
Oh.
or
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
she's a British author, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's all set in Britain, so maybe that's to do with it. Maybe they're imported.
Because
Yes,
they're not in stores or anything here. None of her books are.
Oh, maybe just like where you live. I mean,
Yeah, it
some-
must,
sorry, I was going to
No,
say like sometimes to get a paperback, it's £10.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
yeah, I wonder if it's import fees over to America, so they're quite expensive, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like it. Oh.
What kind of genres are you into? Anything in particular, or do you like quick, easy reads? I guess if you want to get back into it, something quick and easy would probably help.
Yeah.
Heartstopper.
Yeah, something like that, like or like a contemporary or something.
Yeah.
Like something like kind of fun, or throw in a glass. Like everybody going right, throwing a grass. Oh, I can't even speak. Throwing of grass, like
Throne of Grass.
I feel like it helps to reread something that you knew you liked a couple years ago,
that's true.
just
Yeah.
to like relive it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, I never reread. I need to reread like so. because I need to reread Pride and Prejudice actually, because like I'm like, oh, it's one of my favorite books, but I haven't read it since I was like 16. So I'm just like, it can't really be one of my favorite books if I literally can like barely remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to reread it. But yeah, it's 20 past if you just want to do like a 30-minute sprint.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So, oh, I forgot to get up the timer. Give me 1 second.
How cute is this bookmark, by the way?
Aw.
Oh, I love
Oh, I love
that.
that.
It feels like shiny. I have another one. I think it's in the other room though, but just like this with a different quote on.
I'm such a granny with the like sharing screens and everything.
My chair keeps creaking as well, so sorry if you can hear that. It's quite annoying.
Okay. Okay, I've got it. Okay, I'm going to start it now. I forgot to start it. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Need to post my audiobook. Okay. So how much did everybody read?
I did 36 pages. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow, that's good.
That is good.
I've got 24. It's quite slow.
You read how many?
24.
Yeah, I think I read about that much.
I've realised that probably the same as you. The font's quite small and very compact.
Yeah, like it's absolutely tiny. Like I don't know if you've ever had any of these like Wordsworth editions of like these classic.
No, I haven't.
The font is literally tiny. They're like really cheap. They're like £2, and then like, but they're so like, yeah, they're so like hard to read because like the font's so small. But they are cheap, so it's okay. What about everybody else?
I read 46 pages.
Wow. Oh my god, that's so good. Not that fast. Elise, what did you say? How many did you read?
I forgot to look at where I started, so I'm not sure. But it's an arc I have, so it doesn't have like the page numbers, it just has the percentage. So
okay.
but we'll see next time.
Yeah, I need to keep track next time. I'm actually gonna look now. Okay. 508. 41 pages. That's so good. 18's still really good if you got distracted as well. Like it's still pretty good. And 54 is amazing. I don't know how many. I don't know how people are so fast. Like I'm just like, what? Like I wish I was that fast. I would read so much. Ooh, you finished a book. That's so good. I've never heard of that book.
No, I don't think I have either.
I've heard of it, but I think it's on my like wish list, but I haven't read it yet.
What do you know what it is?
Not really. I've just heard those people say that it's like 5 stars for them, so I thought I should probably look into it.
That's interesting.
I want to say it's a YA contemporary, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Is it about kids in California in the 90s, or am I totally making that up?
Could be.
I'm not sure.
I don't think any of us know, so like it could.
I will Google it.
40 pages and a break. Like what?
That's insane.
Like is it like do people like practice reading really fast or something and then get used to it? Like how do people like do this? Like I feel like I need to practice being faster or something because like I don't understand this.
I think
I
I
feel
do
like
as well.
It depends on what you're reading, though. I feel
Yeah,
like some books are so much easier to read faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Dickens didn't like skimp on words either. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Like honestly, like he just like describes literally every single thing possible, which is kind of good, but then also you're sometimes like, okay, I know that you're like one of the best authors, but this is a bit over the top. Like, honestly.
he was paid by the word, so the more words he wrote, the more money he made. Yeah.
See, I knew obviously that like he would have had it in like the magazines and stuff like that, or like the newspapers and stuff. But I didn't realize that was by the word. I think I maybe heard of that like ages ago, but yeah, I feel like I should know that. But yeah, that makes sense. Well, you're not that. Well, I don't know if you mean late to coming here or late to reading Hocus Pocus, but I mean, if that's what you mean, then I haven't read that either, so it's fine. Oh, Elizabeth, you were right about this, about the book.
I thought it sounded familiar.
Yeah. So what's everybody thinking of the books anyway?
Well, I didn't realise that. So obviously, I've started this right at the beginning, but there's a character called Britt Marie, and Frederick Backman actually has a book called Britt Marie Was Here, and I've read that one too. But I didn't realise that she actually features in this book as just like a neighbour. So she's, I think she's just like a bit part. she's not a main character so far anyway. I think she's just a neighbor, so it's obviously like in the same world, which is cool.
Oh, that's so cool. I love whenever that happens. That's so exciting.
Yeah. And I didn't realise, so when I saw that, I was like, wow. To be fair, I did get a little bit distracted then, because then I started thinking about the Brit Marie stories, so maybe that's why I fell behind a bit.
Yeah, I love that. That happens in, like, I don't know if any of you have ever read anything by J.D. Salinger, but like 3 of his, like, well, his short story collection and then another 2 of his like novellas, like the characters are all like, it's all in like the same world and the characters are all like part of the same family and stuff. And like I read them, like I think I read them in the wrong order, but like, and then like whenever I was on like the last of his books, I started like remembering all of this stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is like that person in this family, and like it was just amazing. I was just like, oh my god, this is actually mind blowing. Like I just love whenever that happens. It's so exciting. Have you ever read anything by J.D. Salinger or no? Like The Catcher in the Rye or anything?
Yeah, I read The Catcher in the Rye during the summer, but I wasn't so in love with it. I found the main character to be kind of annoying.
Oh really? Like, okay, well I haven't reread it. It same as like Pride and Prejudice. I haven't reread it in like years. But whenever I did read it, I absolutely loved it, and I loved all of the rest of his books. I think Franny and Zoe is probably like the best one by him, but I just think he's really good. I don't know, because I loved Holden Caulfield, so I was like the opposite of you. I loved the main character so much, so yeah, I don't know, but I'm a massive J.D. Salinger fan, so yeah.
I feel like Catcher in the Rye, you either love it or hate it, because I read it when I was, I think, 14 for class, and yeah, that's exactly how it was. You either loved Holden, or you hated him. And then I think I read, what's his short stories, 9 stories, is that what it's called?
Oh,
the short story selection.
Oh yeah, like For Esme with Love and Squalor and like all of those.
Yeah, I think it's called 9 stories. I read that. I own, I think, a couple other of his books. I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, I love the short stories. They're so good. I don't know. Yeah, I just love them. Just want to do another sprint at like 10 past if we like set that time. Because I was like determined to set the times this time, because like I know that I'll just like not shut up and like keep talking. But whenever I like do these shows, like I got like Tamagotchi for Christmas, right? And like whenever I do these like lives, I was like so excited whenever I got one. I was like, oh my god, this is like probably like living childhood all over again. But like I can't stop worrying about my Tamagotchi. Whenever I do these, like it's just like nearly dies and all. So yeah, I've got my boyfriend in the background looking after my Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I just remember having them in primary school, and like at our desk we had like little trays underneath that we would keep all our jotters in, and people like smuggling their Tamagotchis into their trays to like keep them alive during school.
Yeah, people used to like, you used to obviously not be allowed to use your Tamagotchi. I feel like they should have just let us feed the Tamagotchis, because it was traumatizing when they died. So like you would have to leave them in like just your school bag, and then like you'd find it dead, and people used to like scream at the teachers and stuff, like crying and all, like, you made my Tamagotchi die, like you're a murderer and everything. Like people would be like crying and screaming about this like dead Tamagotchi. But it would be so disturbing, because it would be like this turn into this like floating angel, and you'd be like, oh my god, like this is so traumatizing, like it's actually dead, like, and that was so traumatizing. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, I had a Tamagotchi, but I'm one of those people who had it for a day and then it died anyway. Not going to school just because I was terrible. So yeah.
Oh no, I
just kind of use after that.
I love whenever you could connect them with other people. And we'd get each other. Remember that? And then you could like play games together and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that was actually mind blowing.
I forgot about that.
I actually don't know how, like, they actually even, like, okay, I'm going on a Tamagotchi tangent, but, like, how, like, I don't actually, like, kind of, like, actually, no joke, like, the technology of those blows my mind, because, like, they grow into, like, different kinds of creatures and all, and I'm just like, wow, like, this is amazing, like, how does this work?
I felt like mine always grew up to be that little ninja character, and like every time it was a bit grow up, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna get? And it was always the ninja, and I was like, what is this?
You remember like the excitement of wondering whether you were going to get a girl or a boy as well?
Oh yeah.
Kind of come out of the egg and you'd be like, what's it gonna be? And I used to always really want a boy because like it was always a girl, so it was so exciting when it was a boy. But yeah, anyway, that's like rounds over.
That's such a cute Christmas present though.
Yeah, I would like all like literally like me and my sisters and my brother, we all got one each. And it was just like the excitement in the house was like, this was like the peak excitement whenever we all got a Tamagotchi.
That is so cute. I love this.
It's actually so fun. But yeah, that's not about reading, but I feel like loads of people are like leaving because I'm just like talking about Tamagotchis and people are like, what is this? What's everybody like just finished reading as well?
I just finished reading Midnight Sun.
Oh yeah. What did you rate that in the end, by the way?
I'm still a bit like in between 2.5 and 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Edward was so annoying?
Oh yeah, I just couldn't stand it. It's like not a fun experience. Good. I still like enjoyed, like hearing everyone's thoughts, like and meeting more of the opinions and that sort of thing. But I just found him a bit annoying.
Yeah, he is. He's such a yap. Did you get to that bit whenever James flies away in the plane?
Yeah.
And like, he flies away in like a private jet.
Yeah, he just hijacks his plane and flies it.
And it was like, and then like we walked and it was like we walked forward and we realized he's taken a small plane to fly. Like it was just like what is actually going on? And then like all of the Cullens get on like, and he's like, we'll take a big plane instead, and like, then all of the Cullens get on like a plane and like fly away, and it's just like, what is happening? Like, it was clearly like to fit a plot hole, and it was like it was actually just terrible. I thought that was the worst bit of the whole book.
The worst bit for me was right in the middle, and it was the meadow scene. So, the meadow scene in the first Twilight as well, we already knew exactly what was going to happen because obviously Bella was there too.
Yeah.
But in Midnight Sun, I was halfway through the meadow scene chapter and I was like, is this still going on? Like, what? How can what is this talking about? And then I numbered the pages and there was like 55 pages in the meadow chapter. And I was like,
so long.
What? I ended up skipping the chapter because I was like, I already know what happens in the meadow. I'm not reading it again.
That like he like obviously like nearly like kills her or whatever, and then he runs away and then comes back and then she still doesn't mind this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like brushed over. Like she doesn't even panic. Like at all. Like or like consider like do you know what I mean? She doesn't like consider leaving. She doesn't even like, if that was me, I'd be like, okay, chances are he's going to kill me. But like Bella has to be like, have like her own kind of like problems too if she's going to like be like staying in that situation where like she could actually, but and as well like he's like and like you can leave or whatever, but like she doesn't. Like if that was me, well, I don't know, because it'd be kind of cool like if Edward Cullen was your boyfriend, but like but like also like if he was like literally about to kill me, then I'd be like, chances are this is gonna happen one day.
Yeah, it was just I just couldn't, and I think you're right. They did like the way Bella was represented in Midnight Sun compared to Twilight was just a bit like, what are you doing, love?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that book could have been like so much shorter, and it could have been so good if Edward had have just like at least 300 more like less times had have said like I'm a monster. Like if that had have been said like if that wasn't said every sentence, like it was every single sentence, and I was like, why is this necessary just for like every single sentence? But like if it wasn't for like Alice and the rest of the Cullens, then that book just would not have been.
No, I think the cool bits were like when they landed off the big plane and then went from there to James, and they were all like connected in the mind, with Alice's mind,
Yeah.
Edward's mind, and then Jasper as well. And that bit was really cool. That they could have done so
Yeah.
much more with
Yeah.
the whole family. Like that's what I was expecting, but it was
Yeah.
literally just a copy of what we already knew, and then
Yeah.
Edward whining about himself the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, the end bit I really, really liked. Like, there was one bit that really bored me, and I can't remember. Like, it was like the lead up to her, like that whole thing about the bit whenever they're like chasing James in like the forest, and there's just like going back. I couldn't really understand like kind of what was going on. They were just kind of like chasing him around, and I was just like, this is so boring. Like, I get that you're chasing him in a forest or whatever, but like you could have said that in 2 sentences.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't need to be the size it was.
It really didn't. Like, honestly, I feel like maybe if she had have done it from like Alice's point of view, or like something that would have made it like not Twilight just again, I feel like that could have been better.
Yeah, like I even expected at the beginning, maybe we would hear a bit in the past to do with Edward, like before, or the family before, or anybody else before, maybe. But it literally went in like first day of school, and I was just like, right, so it's the same.
Yeah, she could have done it like just before Edward, like more. That would have made sense. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
What's she done?
It was a good idea that, like, I feel like she just wanted to try and justify that, like, it was kind of like, I promise Edward's not creepy. Like, that was her, like, trying to justify it all, but, like, she made it more, like, by trying to justify it. Like, I kind of feel bad for Stephenie Meyer, because she's just trying to be like, oh, like nobody has, like, it's not toxic, I promise. But, like, then by constantly saying, like, justifying, like, Edward justifying this in his thoughts, it just makes it worse. I don't know. It was just a weird book. But I kind of liked it also, because it was, like, kind of nostalgic in a way. So it was kind of good, but kind of bad.
I think I definitely preferred the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes in terms of nostalgia and story and characters compared to Midnight Sun.
Yeah, me too. I like hardly anybody liked the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I really enjoyed it. Like,
I did too.
I felt like the whole point was that it was boring, like, or not boring, but like kind of it didn't like have this big, like, I don't know, like it wasn't like action packed like the Hunger Games, but I felt like that was kind of the point.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think because obviously they couldn't expect 2 massive things to happen because the Hunger Games are still going to carry on, because obviously we knew that. So it was just kind of building Snow's character. And I know some people don't think that he's evil enough, but at the same time, he's only, what, 15 or 16, is he? I can't remember his age now. So he's still got 50, 60, 70 years, or however old he is, to become even more evil.
Become even more evil.
Yeah,
I felt like that was kind of obvious, like, I don't know. But I think that book would have even been better if the ending hadn't have went that weird way. Because I thought the ending was really not very good.
Yeah, it was a bit strange, the end, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as bad as Midnight Sun.
No.
Was that Midnight Sun? Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it's like, I don't know, I just kind of feel bad because like Stephenie Meyer gets so much hate already, but like, and I do love them characters and stuff, and I just, like, Twilight's quite like comforting for me, so I always feel bad if I say bad things about it, because I feel like enough people like say bad stuff about it, so I'm kind of like, I kind of feel bad now, because like I love the films, like I do, like, obviously New Moon onwards, like Twilight's just funny, but like I actually do love them films, so I just, like, I don't know, I just feel bad.
Oh no, okay, yeah, like we've all bought into that world, haven't we? And we must all love it. So.
Yeah, I feel like everybody kind of loves it deep down, but nobody wants to admit that they do. But yeah, we can do like another sprint if you want.
Yes.
I'm up for that.
Good.
I'm just resetting the timer. Stop. I don't know. Well, I don't know why. Like my brain's just like not functioning today. So like, yeah. Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to share the screen now. Sorry, I'm being like such a granny.
Okay.
Hi.
What did you do?
Not very good. I don't think I read that much. I read like, I don't know, like 18 pages or something like that. I kept getting distracted. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like so hard to concentrate on that. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like I can't like sit still or something and read it because it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like intense. I'm thinking of maybe just finishing Shadow and Bone, which me and Elise were reading, but like I'm very late. I feel like I was doing really well reading it at the start, and then at the end I was just like, I don't know, the last couple of days I just haven't read anything, so I might actually finish that in like the next sprint because yeah, I don't know.
That one's probably a much quicker read
yeah,
than, yeah.
yeah, definitely. What about you?
I somehow managed to read 12% of my book, which was
Ooh,
more
That's
than I've been reading. It got really good.
yeah, that's good. What about everybody else?
I managed 55 pages.
I'm actually so jealous of that.
That's amazing.
It's not a hard book to read, but I'm not really enjoying it. She's using a lot of like derogatory terms for just like everyone and anyone, so not vibing with it at the moment.
Which book are you reading again? Sorry, Elizabeth.
It's called Rage, a Love Story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty. I think it was written in the pretty early 2000s. So she's like using the R slur and like using like derogatory words for members of the LGBTQ plus community, even though she herself is a lesbian. And I'm a bit like not into it.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got through 39 pages of mine, but I'm not really enjoying it that much.
Oh, nobody's liking their books. Like,
Like I got to one bit, and it's like from the point of view of like a 10-year-old, and it's going on about how this guy's got, you know, tanned, oiled shoulders, gleaming with sweat, and it's like I did not think that about people when I was like 9 years old.
what? That is actually the weirdest thing ever. What author thought that like anybody would be thinking that, like glistening with sweat and all? Like I don't even think about people's shoulders now. Like what?
I'm not really vibing with it, but oh well.
Yeah, this sounds kind of weird.
Oh, like the last like plot twist or sort of thing, like the drama that's just happened is like this girl who's 14 and her friend's uncle are like now madly in love, and he's like 50 and she's like 14, and
Wait, the uncle's in love with the 14-year-old.
yeah, they're like both madly in love with each other.
Wait, is this supposed to be bad in the book? Like, is this like a bad thing in the book, or is this normal?
Nobody's questioned it.
Wait, what age is the uncle?
I think he's like 40, in his 40s.
What? That's hilarious. Why do you always end up reading really weird stuff?
Where's it set?
Near Pompeii.
And how long ago is it?
Oh, like in the Roman times.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. I thought this was now, and I was just like, oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah, no,
like,
it does make sense.
like that's quite normal for like ancient times or whatever. I thought it was like now, and it was like somebody's like uncle or something. Like I don't know. I was just like, what? This is very weird.
I did read a plot. I can't remember the book now. I read someone was raging about a book this is months ago actually. So I started reading about the plot, and basically it was about a boy and a girl who were boyfriend and girlfriend going around to meet his dad, and they were like 16, 17. And then the dad and the daughter have a relationship, and it was like modern day. And I was like, this does not sound like a book I would want to read. And I can't remember who was raving about it or what it was, but I was just like, no, I'm just going to forget about that one.
No, that's actually so weird. Like, what? It's hilarious. I feel like I really want to read more like terrible stuff that's like not meant to be funny, but like is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to read more like terrible stuff just so I can laugh at it. I don't read as many like enough bad stuff. I don't know.
Like
Sometimes,
bad plots and stuff like that.
yeah, like weird plots. Yeah, like I just really want. I don't know why this is just making me want to read weird stuff so I can laugh at it. Sorry. But yeah, we can do another sprint at 9. I feel like that's a good time.
I think I'm going to drop off before the next sprint, only because I'm working early tomorrow morning, so I need to get myself ready.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm honestly, I probably won't stay on like late tonight because like I'm trying to do like essays, and I'm just like, it's actually so boring. Like, like Shakespeare essays written. Honestly, it's so boring. I just have whenever you just have like no motivation, and it's just like, I don't know.
Don't worry.
I don't think being in a global pandemic is helping.
No, definitely not.
No, literally, like after like I found out about like the lockdown, I was like, oh my god, this is just stressing me out so much. Like, I don't know, but yeah.
I know it is really hard. Like, I'm finding it hard to get up in the morning, like before work, to have your own time before I log on, because I work from home. So it's like, obviously I used to travel to work, so I used to get up really easily, really early, have loads of time, and now I'm getting up and I'm like, oh, I've got 20 minutes and I've got to log on to work.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And every single Sunday I'm like, right, this Sunday I'm going to go to bed early, set myself up for the week. And then I've not done it yet, but I'm going to do it tonight.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that as well, honestly.
But yeah, it's super hard.
How's your dissertation going, Elizabeth? Have you been like writing much of it, or?
Not so much. So I still have some assignments due from last semester, which is fun. So I need to do those first. But I've been meeting with my dissertation supervisor, and she's very chill and nice, and that's handy. So like externally, I'm like, everything is fine, but internally, I'm like screaming all the time. But it should be fine. It's not due until the beginning of July. So I've started to make my way through the books I need to read for it. So I've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
How many words is your dissertation?
20,000.
Wow.
That puts me off.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird situation because it's actually an international master's. So I was supposed to study abroad for 2020. And that obviously then didn't happen because of the pandemic. So it's been like a Zoom international masters. So very fun.
Where were you meant to go?
So I was actually in Aarhus in Denmark for like 6 weeks at the beginning of last year, and I was being like so cavalier about the whole thing. Like my friend was really worried about the pandemic, and I was like, please, this is like nothing. And then the university was closed and we were advised to go home. So I was like, oh gosh. And then in August, I moved to the Netherlands for another 6 weeks. So I managed to do 6 weeks in both my placements. And then again, it was all moved to online learning. So I came home again.
Well, at least you got like some time there. Like at least it wasn't like you didn't get to go as well at all. Like I have this friend who was meant to go to Australia, but like he's just had to get up in like the middle of the night at like 4 a.m. and stuff to do his lectures like in the middle like in the middle of the night and everything. And it's just like yeah. So he's he's just done like a year. Like he didn't even get to go. He like not even once, not even for a day. Like he literally didn't get to go at all. So he's just doing his year abroad online. And it's just like,
oh no.
Yeah, that'd be so depressing, honestly.
Oh, that's the worst.
Because he kept thinking, oh, like this will only be like for another month, and then I'll get to go. And then he just never got to go. But now it's too late to like just drop out and do his third year. So now he's just gonna have to do like an extra year of uni for like no reason really.
Oh God, I do. I mean, I complain about work, but I'm so glad that I'm not in university now during the pandemic. Like, I really feel for you guys. I can't imagine losing one of those years, honestly.
It's honestly
I
is.
know. I felt a bit mugged off when everyone else was furloughed and like staying at home, like learning how to knit. And I was like knee deep in an
But I'm
8,000 word
doing-
essay. I was like, fine.
Oh, don't get me
Oh, I'm
started on
jealous.
people who were furloughed at my company, and I was still working, and I was just like, this is so annoying. I've worked this entire time, and my colleagues are at home like, oh, I'm just so bored, and I'm like, but I have to work. You can't complain to me. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it'd just be, yeah, I never got to be like furloughed. So that's kind of because I didn't have a job, but I would have loved that. I just ended up working from home, like I got like a job over, like a temporary job over summer, just like, but like during then it was like kind of fine anyway. So I never even got to be furloughed, but I kind of would love to. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah,
I know, I wish I was.
I would just like read so much. I would just be like watching BookTube constantly and making videos constantly. Like I know that that's what I would do with all of my time.
Yeah, same.
I always like use like BookTube like quite a lot as like procrastination for my essays as well. I'm like, because obviously I prefer doing it, so I'm just kind of like, oh, I'll just make a video because I have to do that anyway, and then just like don't do any work.
Yeah, so easily done.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and then you like justify it in your head because you're like, well, I need to do the video first because I need the lighting to get the video done.
Yeah, literally. And I end up like doing nothing. Yeah. I think I might actually, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just in like such a weird mood tonight. Like I just feel like really like anxious or something tonight. So like I don't know, I might like just go to sleep or something and just like end this like in a couple of minutes, because I don't know. Do you never like you're just trying to read and it's just your brain like won't like stop? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine by me as well, because yeah, I'm going to try and get another night, I think.
Yeah, whenever you said that, I was kind of like, I'm feeling kind of weird anyway, so I might just do that as well.
That's all.
This has been really fun though. Like I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I've started my book, so thank you guys.
Yeah, it's always like just like talking to everybody. It feels like you're FaceTiming.
Yeah, it does.
Fun. So yeah, I'll end this here anyway. So thank you to everybody who watched. I'll probably have another one at some point, but yeah, I'll have to get my essays and things done first. So yeah, yeah. So bye everyone who's watching.
Thanks for having us on your channel.
Bye.